Okay, I just wanted to get on here for a real quick minute. Uh, I don't know how long I'm going to be on for. I'm just going to make this quite brief. Anybody that joins the live stream, that's great. If not, you can just watch this post live as I'll leave it up. But I just wanted to give a few updates about the tournament that we're going to be planning. And right now, we're still in the recruitment stage. And I'll just go to that. So if you're interested in joining our tournament, I got a link in the description for our Steam group that you need to join. That way, you can be involved in the tournament that will be coming up. And then also you can see here we got 24 members already. So we're off to a decent start. There should probably be quite a few more. And then yeah, so if you haven't already, once again, if you're thinking about joining up for this tournament, you need to go ahead and do so. I'm going to determine, probably get with the group, and we're going to determine how long we're going to keep recruitment open for. I'm going to be posting a comment on the Empire discussion board, um, and that way we can get as many people that I'm either not friends with, that aren't associated to the YouTube channel. I just want to open up to as many people as possible. So I will be posting it in the discussion board on Empire Total Wars discussion. Um, as you can see, it's still quite a few active people on here. So we might get some people from there that are interested, maybe not, who knows. But even still, we've already got 24 people interested, and I'm sure that we're going to get quite a few more, as we just posted this on, I believe, on Friday or so. So people are still logging on. I've sent out a bunch of invites to the group from Steam alone. So I'm sure as people are logging on, we'll get more people joining the group. And as the word gets out, as they invite their other friends as well, we'll probably get more and more people involved. So if you're thinking about joining, once again, don't hesitate, get to it. One other thing I want to discuss is in the previous video, I talked about joining the Discord group. Actually, I've done a little bit of research on Discord, and I don't want to make this a long discussion about it. But I found out there's quite a bit of privacy issues that go along with Discord. So I will be actually discontinuing my account with Discord, and we will be no longer using Discord as communication for the group. It's all going to be done through Steam and Steam alone at this point. That seems like the easiest place. So in the description, in the link in the description below, I put a link about the Discord thing. It's just one link I followed on that kind of enlightened me about some of the problems with Discord. And I'm not the type of person that's going to take one video and take that to be gospel. I actually did quite a bit of research from articles, not just past articles, but also current articles, and quite a bit of other sources that I found that just I don't feel Discord is the best route to go. So we're going to be discontinuing our use of Discord for the group, and we're going to solely go with the Steam group. Hey Tommy, how you doing? The tournament, we are right now in the recruitment stage, and let me show you. Right now we have uh, yes, I did, but okay, so right now we have 24 people signed up into the group. So if you have not, oops, let's see what this is. Okay, that's Dusty. But so if you have not, I'm sorry, I got off topic there a little bit. If you have not already, please make sure to follow the link, get onto the group. If you have trouble doing so, I also left a link in the description to my actual Steam account, so you can send me an invite to as a friend invite, and I'll accept your friend invite, and then you can just chat with me on Steam, and we can get you set up on that group. Tommy, you don't have Total Wars. Oh, okay, so yeah, you can't compete. Well, okay, so I don't think the tournament will be immediate. So, because like I said, I want to give plenty of time to get people recruited. So I would say, best case scenario, I want to give at least a month to get people recruited for the tournament. So then we're talking October sometime, and usually Steam does a small sale in October, if I'm not mistaken, and you can usually get Empire for I believe usually 70-80% off, so you can get it for a couple bucks, which is quite the deal. So if you haven't bought Empire yet, that's the perfect time to do so. But I do ask that anybody that wants to participate in the tournament, that you do have some type of experience in the game. And the reason I say that is we want to make sure that we don't discourage people from playing Empire, because obviously the big thing is that I see with tournaments is people join tournaments because maybe they feel like they can advance pretty far in them, or maybe they don't, and maybe they get crushed in the tournament, and that disheartens them, and then they stop playing the game. And I don't want to see that happening, simply because the tournament is supposed to be there to make the enjoyment better. So this is going to be a no pressure type of tournament, but also I do want to make sure that anybody that joins the tournament does have some decent knowledge in the game. I would say it's pretty mandatory that you should have at least 150 hours. I don't think it's too hard to expect, because if you're a dedicated gamer, you can usually clock in 40 hours a week. If you're pretty dedicated to it. Now, if you have a job like I do, then maybe that goes down a little bit. If you got a wife and kids, then that goes down even more. If you have other things going on, obviously that's going to drop those numbers down a little bit. But I think it is within reason that you can get a fair amount of hours clocked pretty quickly. But it's a pretty complex game. As you can see, I have 6,574 hours clocked in Empire. So obviously you're going to have other players that have more than me, and some that have way less. Some that have 100, some that have but the thing is that I want to make sure that it's a very inclusive tournament, and it's going to be teams, so you're not going to be hopefully playing with an outclassed system, if that makes sense. Hopefully. Now, like I said, we don't have the structure of the tournament set up yet because we're going through the recruitment stage first. Once recruitment is finished, then we will go into the structure of the tournament with the group members. They will all have a vote in saying what the structure of the tournament is going to be like, what the rules of the tournament are going to be, all those things. Now, in the group, let me get back to it. I do have some mandatories for this group, and this is something that will be, is just pretty much set in stone, because I'll just read it out real quick, even though I'm a terrible reader. but I wrote it, so it shouldn't be as hard. This group is inspired to bring together all those who still play Empire Total War. Envision a group for the community, run by the community. See, I told you. Here we will coordinate tournaments, events, and just plain Empire Total War goodness. All right. So here's the big thing. The guidelines are simple. If they work for you, great. If not, see you later. Here it comes. You ready? Here we go. We will include all players, no matter what region you are from, because for whatever reason, there's a lot of people out there that hate players from Turkey. Why? I don't know. It's ridiculous. I'm not going to go into that. Moving forward, we will not tolerate any forms of discrimination. Players who display names or speech that could be considered offensive will be warned once. Second offense, they will be removed from the group. And if you have a name that is a Steam name that is derogatory, don't even bother signing up. Change your name, then you can sign up, because we're not going to have any type of discrimination. Anybody that wants to go in to make people, no matter how small the group is, feel that they are not included. So anyways, moving on from that, oh, you know what? Sorry, I didn't realize I didn't have that up. See, that's I told you this is a quick little stream. So anyways, sorry, it's stormy here too, and it's kind of loud in the house as well. So yeah, so here's a Steam group. Sorry, I wasn't showing it. So this is the Steam group. Again, we've got 24 members already signed up. Once we get the members signed up to where we feel like we got a decent group, that we can then start looking at breaking people down into teams, getting all that situated. But before we even do that, we're going to set up the structure of the tournament, what it's going to be, how it's going to look, and the rules that will be played, all those things. Will we have a crash limit? All that will be determined in once we get ready to basically set up, I don't know, I guess you could call it the bylaws of the tournament, and then the rules. All that will be covered. Everything from what do you do if you're halfway into a battle and the game crashes. All that's going to be determined to where we have I wouldn't say every scenario kind of put forth, but we have a set of steps that we take if a crash happens at this point, if a crash happens at that point, if a crash happens at this point. What do you do in those scenarios? We're all going to look at that and vote on those. That way, everybody has voted, had their say, and then you all can agree on it or disagree on it, however you feel. But once the votes have been put in, then that's how it's going to go. That way, everybody feels like they have a voice. Even if the vote goes against what your decision is, at least you feel like you had a say in it. You're not going to have everything go your way in the votes, but you should have a compromise of some things. I would expect, unless you just happen to be super unlucky and you have no votes go your way. I just don't see that happening. But anyways, and then if that does happen, maybe it's not the tournament for you. But once again, all those can be decided. But then at least if there's somebody that doesn't have anything that they agree with, when the masses of the group decide what they want the tournament to be like, at least that gives you an idea. Hey, do you want to be in it or not before the tournament starts? I think it gives you a clearer look at what things are going to be like, if that makes sense. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but at least I've had a lot of experience in management that I should have some type of knowledge about this. So, anyways, that's that. So, like I said, we're gonna vote on everything that we're going to discuss. So there's going to be a lot of voting once the group is all the recruitment is done. That's when that stage is going to happen. So it's going to take time from there. Once we set up all the issues of how we want the tournament to look like, be like, smell like, what the rules are, then we'll set up dates for the actual tournament. But I don't want to jump too far ahead and not have things set up. That way we don't have people angry, disappointed, whatever have you. That way we have a pretty clear understanding of where we're going, where we're headed, blah, blah, blah. You get the picture. Hopefully. Yeah, get it off the tab. Yeah, you're right. Well, I got it up for a minute because I sent out messages to communicate. Good call. But yeah, I'm going to be deleting my Discord account probably directly after this. I just wanted to get this out there and let people know that, because I mean, I did put it out here on the last video talking about the Discord and stuff. So I want to get that out there so I can get rid of that. And then, like I said, relay people to Steam. I think that's the best way. I feel pretty comfortable with Steam. And I think that's probably the best scenario. So anyway, I think I've beat that one to death. So we'll move on to the next thing. Yeah. So like I said, once we have all that set up, then we can get to how is the tournament going to look? You know, what's it gonna, how's it gonna exist? How's it gonna feel? That kind of thing. And I think when we do that, we can get that set up on Challenge and really put out the tournament how everybody feels confident, whether we're gonna do it nations, whether we're just gonna let people pick their nations however they want. However, but the thing to keep in mind too is it's not just going to be one tournament. We're going to continue to do tournaments. So maybe at the same time we have several tournaments. It just, like I said, when we have more people involved, we can, and as well as we structure it, hopefully we can make it to where we can say, hey, you know what, if we want to set up a 1v1 tournament, this is how we're going to do it. And everybody agrees on that. It's easier to get those things going. So that's the whole purpose on this. It's not something just to be a one-off type of deal. It's something that we can build off of and say, okay, this is how we're doing it. This is the structure. This is going to make it easier. And then the playability goes from there and just makes it a much more fluid setup. And then Dusty, you can roll it over to Napoleon if you so choose at some point. But I think it's probably better we kind of get it set up on Empire first, to be honest, because there's less multiplayer presence on Empire. So it's kind of a good testing ground before it's rolled out into another game, if that makes sense. But like I said, that's kind of my take on all this. But I feel pretty good about where we're at this point, because like I said, we just kind of announced this and we've already got up 24 people, and like I said, I already know several others that want to join in. They just don't know about it yet. It's something like I said, it's something I've been mentioning for quite some time, and it's something I think for probably about 6 or 7 months I've been kind of pitching this around with some of my friends on Steam and stuff. So yeah, it's finally coming. We're just now getting it set up. So be prepared, get ready for the fun. It's going to be pretty awesome. I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, trying to think if there's anything else I'm missing on it. But like I said, I think you guys will be pretty excited once we get things going. Because like I said, where I would like to see it is at least some of the tournaments. It doesn't have to be all of them, because like I said, we can do all kinds of different structures in the tournaments. You can set it up to where you do it almost like a football season with a round robin type of tournament, where you run it out like a schedule. And then you have to, play each team twice. So you get to play them on each side, team one side, team two side. And then you build your record. And then the best records go to the finals and battle it out for who's the best. So, like, if you had, like in this scenario, you got two groups, 7 teams, and they go on to play each other twice, and they build their record. And so that means if you're doing 7 teams and they play each other twice, that means you're going to have 14 rounds. Now keep in mind, you're only going to play 13 games, but there's 14 rounds because you're going to have a bye because it's uneven teams. That's why. But however many teams you are, if you do it twice, you times it by 2, subtract 1, and that's how many matches you'll have, if that makes sense. So in this case, 7, you'd have 13 matches, so you'd compile a 13-game record, and the best 3 records would move on to the finals in each group, and then they would do a playoff system, and it's one single elimination in the playoffs, and then until you get to the top 2 teams, obviously. But then we can do it to where the third and fourth team battles out to see who's the best of the 3. The third place finishes, if that makes sense. So yeah, exciting stuff. I'm really looking forward to it. I really want to get this up and set up so that we can be playing in the fall, so which is quickly coming towards us. So I think it will be a lot of fun, and like I said, I want to include as many people as possible, and just make it something to get the base excited, if you will. So anyway, I don't think I have too much else. Yeah, Dusty, you're funny. Shoot the Discord. Yeah. So anyways, I think I covered everything I wanted to cover here. Can't think of anything else. Any other questions you guys have about the tournament coming up? Hit me up in the comments. I'll leave the stream going for a little bit longer, but yeah. So just summarize, because I see we got another person in. The tournament group, we have 24 players signed up right at this point for the tournament, and the link in the description below will have the Steam group and also my Steam ID, so that you can then get in, and if you can't get into the group for some reason, you have my Steam ID that you can look me up on Steam and send me a friend invite, and then just chat with me on there, and I can help make sure that you're directed to the group if you can't get to the group and get signed in from that aspect. So yeah, so there's the Steam group. Once again, we're not going to be using Discord, but I think we'll have plenty of ability to get things going. It seems like, obviously we have plenty of ability to chat on Steam. There is an app for Steam on your phone as well, so you can stay connected through that. And yeah, we can go from, and if we have problems, we'll figure it out. Yeah. So, questions, comments, concerns? Anybody have anything? Nope. Give it a second. All right. Yeah, so I think that pretty much rounds it up. If you did enjoy this content, please subscribe to the channel. It does help. And give me a like as well. And we will see you on the next one. Thanks, everyone. I appreciate you guys for joining the stream. We will